Hello, hello, hello. My name's Sam and you're watching my channel So Let's Sparkle with Sam. So first things first, I need to explain this rather husky voice of mine. So thank you. Those of you that saw me through Vlogmas, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful. And towards the end as well, I also had a few of you that very, very kindly bought me a Ko-fi from my Ko-fi account. Absolutely delighted. Thank you so much. But I've kind of been a bit AWOL since then, and that's because of this lurgy that kind of just caught hold of me. So between Christmas and New Year, I thought I was doing okay. I had kind of a bit of a coffee cold situation, but I thought it was okay, and then it just brought me down. And yeah, and I've been quite poorly since. So I am back, and I'm hoping that the cold and meds are going to hold me out till the end of this video, because I really wanted to catch up, because I have lots and lots of plans for 2024, and I kind of just needed to do a little catch up and let you know what I'd been up to, what I was going to be getting up to. So yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to hold out for. So, and if the video is edited very badly, it's because I've had to keep stopping to cough. We're just gonna keep going. So first things first is what did I get for Christmas? Did I get anything sewing related? And the answer is yes, I did. Yes, I did. So my lovely children all put together, I'd sent an email to my husband a little while before Christmas, and said, if the kids ask, yes, because they often do, there is this that I'd quite like, get them to put together. I don't like my children having to spend too much money over Christmas. Christmas is expensive, but I know that they like to buy me something that I'm going to use. So there's 3 of them. So I asked them to buy me one of these, which is the Prim Vario tool. And it's for putting on various tools like snaps and rivets and things like that. I do have a Prim tool for putting just the plastic snaps on. And I've used the other Vario grippy tool at work, and I find it very difficult to use. And so I thought, actually, let's just give this one a go. There's lots and lots of patterns this year where I want to have a go at adding in hardware to them, like snaps and rivets. So I thought, yeah, let's get myself one of those. Once I get to grips with using it, I might do a little short video on how I got on with it and how to use it. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to using that. I also got the Kylie and the Machine label bauble. I'll pop a picture of it up here. I have actually already, because time has passed since Christmas and New Year, I have actually already taken the labels out and put them in my little label bag. But yeah, I got the blue one. And that was a nice little surprise present, because I hadn't really asked for that, other than I quite often talk to my husband about other people's vlogs. And I was speaking to him about, I think it was one of Rachel's from the French Seams vlogs, where she had got her little bauble, and I'd mentioned it just in passing, and obviously he'd taken it all in. So it was nice. I got a little surprise kind of present. And the other little surprise present I got, which was supposed to be a jokey present, but I'll put a picture of me using them. He bought me a pair of laser scissors because, you know, I get quite, what's the word? I get quite vocal about my scissors. And which scissors are good and which scissors are bad, and which ones I like and which ones I don't like. And so he thought it would be really funny to buy me some laser scissors, but actually they were really good fun. Not the sharpest scissors in the world, and definitely you know, the laser is so that they will cut in a straight line. If you hold them completely still, then the laser will be in a straight line, but if you move them at all, like this, which you have to do to work the scissors, then the line doesn't stay straight. So, you know, are they fit for purpose? Probably not. Were they a bit of fun and did they make me giggle? Yes, they did. So that was really good fun. And then the other gift that he bought for me is something that I'd asked for, and it is here. Ooh, there we go. And it is the Manura Fabric Guide. So it is a bit of a hefty beast. It's a full-on folder with basically a guide to fabric. It does exactly what it says on the tin. And it comes with a pack of, I want to say 80, but it might have been 70 fabric swatches, and of all of the different fabrics that you can think of, and then you pop the fabric swatches into the correct pages. So let me just see if I can lift this one back up again so you can see. So this page is boiled wool, so this will tell you all about boiled wool. And then here I've got this sample that I stick in so that I've got it to feel and touch. Now, what it actually tells you about the fabrics and the base cloths is it tells you the fibre content, it tells you the characteristics, tells you all about the fabric details, weight, whether it's opaque or not, the drape, the stretch, washing instructions, what it comes in, whether it comes in plains or prints, what to make with it. Now that is very, very exciting to me, because that is one of my plans for this year. My plans for this year is to be a little bit more inventive with the fabrics that I use. Now I thought, well, that's great, Sam, you know, be more inventive, but how are you going to do that? So I thought this will really, really help me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this book with a bit of a fine tooth comb and kind of just have a look at different types of fabrics and fabrics that I haven't used before. It also gives you a recommended needle to use with the fabric, which I think is fantastic, and then any sewing tips that you might need for that fabric. And then at the beginning, it gives you lots of kind of just, you know, the kind of general fabric guides. So yeah, I thought that was a really, really, really useful, helpful thing to have. And I just thought it would be helpful for you to know what it's replacing. So, oh, excuse me, out of shot. For the last couple of years, I've been using this book, and it is brilliant. It's Sandra Batsina, and it's called Fabric Savvy, and it is absolutely fantastic. And it does a lot of the things that this thing does. I picked this up in a charity shop. I think it was £4.50. And it's absolutely fantastic. However, the thing that it is missing is the actual fabrics themselves. And that's what I really liked about the Manura folder, is that it does come with the fabric samples. So you can pick them up, hold them, feel them, and get that true experience. But it won't stop me using this alongside. In fact, this will be kept inside the Manura folder so that I can kind of use them side by side, because I think that's really important. When you have a tool, don't just use one tool. We taught this a lot in science. My science teacher is coming out, and I do apologise if you're getting any flashbacks to, you know, science teachers in school. But you know, don't just use, it's exactly the same as if you Google something. Don't just use one person's idea. You know, get lots of information before you make your mind up. That's really important. And you know, it's the same with vlogs. Don't just watch one. Watch lots of people. Decide who you like. It's really important. And then subscribe to me, because, you know, that's just nice. But yeah, the Manura guide, fabric guide, as I said, I will keep coming back to this throughout my vlogs throughout this year, and then hopefully you'll get a better idea of whether it has been useful to me or not. Oh, and yes, I did get one more lovely present as well, which was this, and it says, I sew, but my favourite hobby is collecting fabric. Which is true. And I've decided that this year, this notebook is going to be used as my vlogging notebook. So all of my notes and plans for my vlogs is going to go in this notebook this year. So there you go. So that's very exciting. So what have I been sewing since I last spoke to you? One of the things, I'm wearing it. So I am wearing, this is a Donny shirt. I'll pop a picture up here so you can get a better view. It's a Donny shirt. I made it in just a metre of fabric. It's Liberty fabric, which I bought when I went on my shopping trip with the lovely Catherine from Soverton Makery. And as I suggested to Catherine, I don't know whether you can see, but at the back yoke, you can only really get this out of a metre because Liberty Tana lawn tends to be not as wide as other fabrics either. And if you're using just a metre, you won't, I couldn't get the second back yoke out. So I just got that out of, actually, it was just a random fat quarter that I had lying around that just happened to be the same colour as one of the stars. So yeah, Donny shirt, Friday Pattern Company, and then in this lovely Tana lawn. Now the plan for this was to wear it for New Year's Eve, but New Year's Eve I was sat on my sofa in my fluffy pyjamas with a Lemsip hot lemon. So I didn't get to wear it, so I thought I'd wear it for you today. But I can see me wearing this shirt a lot. I love the Donny shirt. I did my normal alteration. Instead of cutting the notch where it says to cut for my size, which is a medium, I just count up 6 notches. I just count up 6 notches and then mark that notch instead. And then that makes it perfect for me. And I still wear a little kind of vesty top thing underneath, just in case, you know, we don't want any flashes of anything. And this time I do normally make it a little bit longer, but again, because I was working with just the metre, I didn't. So it is a little bit more cropped than my other ones, but it high-waisted jeans, it's fine. You know, you can't, I'm not flashing any tummy. It is cropped, but it is, everything is covered and in order. So so yeah, so that's my, yeah, and I love it because it's just so me, isn't it, with all of the colours and the sparkly stars, and but still on that darker background, which makes me feel nice and comfortable. So yeah, Donny shirt, Friday Pattern Company. If you haven't made one, you definitely should. It's fast becoming my favourite kind of just go to. You know, if I've got a small piece of woven fabric and I'm not sure what to do with it, it tends to be my go-to pattern. Talking of kind of small pieces of fabric, one of my resolutions, I don't like the word resolutions, but one of my things for this year is to use what's in my fabric stash. And one of the things that has been just a bit frustrating is that because of my naivety about my size, and because I've been trying to figure out what size I am and what size to make, when I've been making fabrics or when I've been buying fabrics, I've been buying too much fabric for what I actually need, and I've been ending up with quite big remnant pieces, but not big enough to make anything substantial. So I've ended up with quite big scrap pieces, and I've been wanting to find ways of using them. So one pattern that I have in my arsenal is this one, which is the high cuff sweater. And it's fantastic for just that, particularly woven pieces, because you can get away with a fairly kind of small piece for this, and then you use your ribbing. And so what I've been doing is I've been going to my scrap with my pattern pieces, and as long as I can fit this pattern piece on twice, then I can fit it in, because I can always use different fabrics for the sleeves, or, you know, or a mix and match. So yeah, so that's what I have been doing, to kind of see what pieces I can use up. And then I found this fabric in my stash. So those of you that watch me regularly or watched me last year know that this is Fabric Godmother fabric, and it is beautiful fabric, and I made the Avenir jumpsuit out of it to go to the dressmaker's ball. And I had quite a big piece of it left, and it was just really frustrating me that I had this beautiful fabric shoved in my stash, not doing anything with. So I've cut it all out. I've cut all of the pieces out that I need for the high cuff, for the high cuff sweater. And then I found some black cuffing in my stash, just kind of normal black jersey cuffing. It's probably not the best quality cuffing I've got. I don't even know where this came from, but I just had a bit spare, and I'm hopefully going to get that made up as soon as possible. As soon as I'm feeling up for doing my sewing again, I'm going to get that one sewn up so I can have that as kind of a new year, new start top. So yeah, so that's really me caught up on where I've been, what I've been up to, and yeah, that's really it. Oh, one more thing actually before I forget. Itchy nose, apologies. Another thing that I have been doing is that I go back to work on Friday, and I'm straight back in teaching. And one of the courses that we put on at Carolyn Rose after Christmas is if you have bought a sewing machine from us for Christmas, or you've bought one for a child, then we put on a course for you to get to know your machine with a simple project. It's a full day course. You come along, whatever machine you bought from us, we get out from our demonstrators model, and then you get to use that to make your project. And then we answer any questions you might have on whether it's changing feet on your machine, using different feet, putting buttonholes in, zips, that kind of thing. And the project that I have chosen to make this year is this one, which is a quilt as you go mat and cover for your sewing machine. So as you can see, it's got little pockets in there. It fits over the top. Now these measurements are for the Janome 5060 because this is our best seller at the shop. And then it's basically just calico on the inside, and it just works as a dust cover, but it also works as a mat as well. And then I've just used these ties. And yeah, so that's the other thing that I've done this week is I've made up one of these samples. Oh, I've got a really itchy nose. I do apologise. You don't want to watch me itch my nose. Made up that sample. So because I've made them quite a few times before, but not for a little while. And I find when I'm teaching, particularly when I'm teaching children, I like to just refresh my brain. So I've made one of those up so it's all fresh in my brain. Plus, it means that we've got a lovely new cover for one of the machines in the workshop. So that'll brighten the new year in the workshop as well. Brighten the workshop for the new year. So yeah, that's basically what I've been up to. Now, my plans for the rest of the day, my mum is over and she wants to go off and do a little bit of retail therapy. So we've got a retail park near us and there's a couple of bits and pieces that she wants to go. So I'm going to take her there and kind of show her around. The other thing I want to do is do a plans video for January. So I am going to be filming that later today as well. So keep your eyes out for that because I've got a few videos that are coming out really, really soon. So I hope you're all caught up and I hope you all had a lovely Christmas and I hope you all managed to keep well. I hope you did better than I did. Yeah, I hope you all managed to keep really, really well. Don't forget to sparkle and I'll see you all really, really soon. Take care. Bye for now.